Hello everybody, this is Mutimanwa. Welcome to this episode. This is gonna be a very awkward one. A Zimbabwean brother inboxed me a video and asked me what do I say about this. It's related to the video I posted a few days ago about the Zimbabwean brother in prison who supposedly to have exposed the lifestyles of prisoners in South Africa. It's very awkward, it's very difficult to say, because the question that he asked, he said, what do you say about this? But because you seem to be on the side of the South African and you lambasted the Zimbabwean one. First of all, my brother, I'm gonna tell you it's not a competition. It's actually not a competition, and hey, it's very tricky to actually talk about this issue. And hey, bafethu yazi ukuthi akulule kukhulumela la bafethu nabo benze kakhulu phela. However, I'm just going to say this, like I said earlier, it's not a competition, number one. And number two, you need to understand, as a foreigner in South Africa, there are certain privileges that South Africans do have that you cannot have as a foreigner, unfortunately. That's number one. Every child in their own house, they turn to be wild. And you can always hope that the officials will treat them in a way that is correct. But you cannot demand that right, because there are laws that protect, and the Constitution of South Africa protects South African and puts South African first than anyone else. So just because a South African has done this, it doesn't necessarily, and it was not punished, it doesn't necessarily mean a Zimbabwean is going to do it and not get punished. Unfortunately, it's like that. The only thing we can do as foreigners is actually to abide by the law. That's the only thing we can do. But you need to also understand there are privileges that locals do have that we cannot have, unfortunately. For those who operate at ranks, they are very familiar with this example I'm about to make. Don't you see, there are some of many South African brothers that urinate everywhere at the taxi ranks, behind containers and everything. And when you try to tell them, what do they tell you? This is my country, you cannot tell me what to do. By the way, my government pay municipal workers to come and clean all these things. So if you're upset, go do this same thing in your country. They say that all the time. I'm sure it's a wrong thing, unfortunately, but it is a privilege they have as citizens. There is nothing you can do, me and you can do about it. I hope I've answered you correctly, but if you feel you are not answered, you can pop up a question, but unfortunately, it is what it is.